Further remarks, member from the 19th, Representative Walsh.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Essential amendment. Please vote yes. Madam Speaker, when we create this Leviathan organization and it has no cap on its overhead expenses and it's going to raise $200, maybe $300 million, Madam Speaker, we must hold the people involved in running it accountable. Madam Speaker, in recent media reports, people in Washington have seen the former state senator Carlisle making obscene amounts of money from organizations set up to funnel Climate Commitment Act money into grants, into projects. And just recently, Madam Speaker, the people of Washington have seen mainstream media reports about affiliates of the former governor, Jay Inslee, getting $500,000 from grants channeled through various Climate Commitment Act projects and grant programs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Madam Speaker, there is a crisis of trust right now in this state with regard to the amounts of money that former elected officials and those close with them are making from government-backed schemes like these. We need to address that crisis of trust ex ante, from the start, and requiring anyone affiliated with this Leviathan PRO to file the same financial disclosure documents that you and I do is a good preventive measure. It's a measure that will assure accountability and transparency in the operation of this Leviathan entity. It is in the public interest, and it is in the interest of every taxpayer in Washington. Please vote yes on the amendment.
Further amendments, Amendment 1111, clerk will read.
On page 17, beginning on line 13.
Last line.
All of subsection 7.
The good member from the 19th, Representative Walsh.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd like to move Amendment 1111 for adoption.
It has been moved and seconded that Amendment 1111 be adopted. Remarks, Representative Walsh.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is a good amendment. It clears up some confusion we've heard on the floor in our discussion having to do with antitrust and whether antitrust laws apply to this Lovecraftian Leviathan that we're creating in the underlying bill. Madam Speaker, may I read from the underlying bill the relevant section affected by the amendment?
Please proceed.
Thank you. It's part of section 104. And Madam Speaker, there are over 300 sections of this Lovecraftian Leviathan. It's in section 104, subsection 7. And I'm only going to read, if I can pull it up, this second, and it went away. Well, see section 104, subsection 7, in which the bill says in part, the legislature exempts from state antitrust laws and provides immunity through the state action doctrine from federal antitrust laws, activities that are undertaken in compliance with and pursuant to this chapter, including activities that are reviewed or approved by the department, that's the Department of Ecology, that might otherwise be constrained by such laws. Those are the antitrust laws of the state and the federal government. Madam Speaker, the underlying proposal explicitly exempts this PRO, this Lovecraftian Leviathan, with very little oversight, that can charge as much overhead as it wants whose board directors and executives do not have to file any financial disclosure documents, it exempts this mess from antitrust laws. Madam Speaker, this Lovecraftian Leviathan is a monopoly. It is a monopoly that is not limited in entering collusive agreements with other Lovecraftian Leviathan from other states or provinces of Canada or wherever. Madam Speaker, we must not exempt this entity from antitrust laws. It's a monopoly. Vote yes on the amendment, and let's apply our good antitrust laws to this Leviathan.
Further remarks, the good member from the 19th, Representative Walsh.
This is a really bad bill, Madam Speaker. Please vote no. I am genuinely trying to understand the arguments in support of this really bad bill. And near as I can understand it, people are confused and they need help to do the right thing, and they expect a monopolistic Leviathan political organization to clear up their confusion and help them do the right thing. That's not a compelling argument for me, Madam Speaker, and I hope it's not for you. Madam Speaker, here is what we know. The proposal will make a monopoly that is in charge of realigning the state's recycling plans and also encourage consumer products manufacturers to redesign their packaging and also do something about mitigating already existing waste streams. Madam Speaker, no one monopolistic NGO can do all of those things. This proposal is structurally similar to what we heard about the Climate Commitment Act. And that proposal, that scheme is struggling to do what it promised. Likewise, Madam Speaker, this proposal seems unlikely to do all that it promises. Madam Speaker, if people are confused and if they need help to do the right thing, I suggest they look elsewhere than a government-created, monopolistic Leviathan organization. Maybe they need to go to church. Maybe they need to go to a community food bank. There are other things that confused people can do to do better by the people of this state. Madam Speaker, this is a bad idea. Please vote no.